Good morning. First of all, I wanted to just say thank you to everybody who participated in the survey yesterday. You guys did a fantastic job, and I'm going to post the results of that survey anonymously on Friday, just so you can kind of see how all of your classmates' opinions were about that topic. But I'm going to give everybody another couple days just in case more people decide to participate. Today, we're going to actually go back to that same article and think about it again. So the article was all about the pros and cons of binge watching. And so in this case, we can tell that our authors are trying to persuade us because they want us to change our minds or make us agree or disagree with their opinion. They're not trying to get us to buy something in this case, they're trying to get us to agree with them. So that's why they're trying to persuade you in this article. The other thing we've talked about this week is how they try to persuade you. So all the specific strategies that they use to try to get you to agree with them. So if we look back at our article, what I've done is I've copy and pasted those strategies into a word bank for you to use. And I went through all of the pro paragraphs. And what I did is I looked for persuasive words or phrases that the author was using in order to use these strategies to get you to agree with them. So one of the sentences in the first pro paragraph said, experts refer to this as shared cultural space. Just using those words, experts refer, is trying to get you to think logically and think, oh, well, if an expert says it, it must be true. So using those words, experts refer to this, in order to start that sentence is a great way for them to persuade you that this is logical, this makes sense, you should agree with it. So what you can do when you go to your article is you can click on each of these highlighted sections and it kind of makes that comment pop out so that you can see what persuasive strategy it is that I was highlighting. So this first sentence, I highlighted it and I said persuasive words, they're using logic. I didn't just write persuasive words. I said from the word bank specifically which of these strategies they were using in that sentence. The next one, a little bit further along, it talked about how binge watching can help couples. That's a persuasive strategy right there. And if you click on it, you can see it kind of pop out here. They're using persuasive words to tug at your emotions or make you go, oh, that would be nice. It's helping people. That sounds like a good thing. They're trying to get you to agree with that. A little further down, they start a sentence with a study was published. So again, they're using those persuasive words to make you say, oh, that's logical, that makes sense. If it's in a study, it must be true. So I labeled that persuasive words and logic. So I'm labeling it persuasive words, but I'm also labeling it with a specific strategy from the word bank. And notice I just said logic or awe. You can shorten it like that. You don't have to write the entire thing. They said, according to the experts, that's another great example of logic. They also talked about how binge watching can help people relax and relieve their stress. That's something familiar because we've all felt stressed at some point in our lives. Many of you might be feeling stressed with online learning, for example. So they're, first of all, trying to get you to make a connection and say, oh, yes, I've been stressed. That's a familiar feeling. And they're also trying to tug at your emotions and make you go, oh, that would be so nice to relax. This sounds like a good idea. Yes. A little further down, they say John Mayer is a psychologist. So again, they're using that to try to make you think, oh, well, I must listen to what he says. If he's a psychologist, he's an expert, it must be true. So again, they're trying to get you to use logic to agree with them there. In the last paragraph, there are a couple of examples as well. They talk about Stranger Things. Stranger Things is a very popular season on Netflix, so they're trying to get you to connect with something familiar there. They also talk about how you are less likely to forget important details when you binge watch a show because you're watching all the episodes together. And so that's, again, something familiar. They're hoping that you'll make that connection and go, oh, yeah, I've had that experience where I've forgotten details on a show. It would be nice to not forget things. And then finally, they say Johnson, and they're referring to an author here, so they're trying to cite another expert, is saying that watching more complex shows, which you can when you binge watch, might actually make you smarter. So again, they're trying to use logic by citing an expert but they're also trying to make you go, oh, I want to be smarter. That sounds good. And they're trying to make you agree with what he's saying. Now, these persuasive strategies may or may not have persuaded your opinion one way or the other, but these are the words and the phrases that the author is trying to use to get you to agree with them. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. Your job today is simply to go through the con paragraphs and find 3 examples of persuasive words and phrases and label them exactly as I did. You can find all 3 of your examples in one paragraph. You can find them across several paragraphs. That's entirely up to you. All you're going to do is highlight them like I did, and then and then you click the comment button. So for example, if I wanted to highlight this part of the sentence, I just click this comment button, and then you can label it exactly like I did. You're going to label persuasive words, and then you're going to choose from your word bank at the top which of these strategies you think the author is using. All you need to find are 3 examples. That's it. Again, they can all be from one paragraph, or you can spread them out over several of the con paragraphs. It's entirely up to you. You're going to highlight and label 3 examples, and then you're done for today. Have a great day, everybody.